we were just unable to make anything together. I made a lot of drawings of things, and every time I felt good, they didn't feel good. I felt not so good, they felt really good. And so we were just dancing around each other. It was really difficult until I came up with this idea of making 6 objects for Eve. Eve, who's been understood as kicked out of Eden for being so bad, for identifying all the vices of the world. And so I made for Eve 6 objects which were all identified with one of the vices. And to celebrate Eve also maybe once for giving us so much pleasure for having these vices. Because of course, our vices are not to be proud of, but we have a lot of fun of them, right? So this was the idea, to make the Garden of Eden to celebrate Eve. So we made beautiful drawings of Eve with the objects of desire and sloth and so. So then the Garden of Eden was a drawing which we made, which was based on a kind of a subtle background with some kind of a strategic male-dominated fence, which suggests kind of borders, a kind of organization. And then it's got these flowers, and it's got this voluptuous greeneries, and it's got this like beautiful, almost sexual shapes, flowers, which in a way are sexual parts of plants. And then there's the apple, which is shown here and there. So altogether, it was became when we made it into silver, it became just a magical surface. If I design things, I sometimes think, this thing is gonna not end up forever. Maybe it's gonna fall apart, and then a kid walks in the streets and finds that little part. It's like, if I think about me being a kid, I was always like looking around, and I always find some stuff, right? I find little rivet or so, and I always feel everything you design should be designed in such a way that if I am a kid and I walk on the street, I have no idea what it is. I'm like, oh, what is this? This is amazing. I need this for my collection, right? Especially now, start making clocks while we are sure we don't need them anymore. Because time, we find it everywhere, right? Everybody's got his phone, everybody's got it. Time is everywhere. And so because we don't need it anymore, that's why we have to make it. That's why we have to make it. Because the clock in the house is something which is a family piece. But the clock in your house, there were a few clocks, but the clock in your house, the one which was on the fireplace, there was this clock, right? This clock, it counts the time of your family. It counts the time of your life. It counts big amounts of time. So it is not anymore about what's the time. It's about who are we. And so it's a really different and a very important product. And so we started making the big round clock last year, which is like so big round. I mean, you maybe see. And as a second one, I want to make the typical old grandfather's clock, and we might do other typologies of clocks, but I want to, because I think it's important to reinvent the clock as an old-fashioned typology, which has lost completely its functionality, but is there only for us to connect to and to keep as a memory of ourselves. I think it worked out really, really, really beautiful. It's a really beautiful piece. Now we start to be able to present the glass collection, which I think you've seen, the crystal collection, and the ceramic collection. And so you start to see how materials get together, and that makes me super excited. If you see how how beautiful this is and how elegant, how sweet and beautiful.
Elegant.
It gets really to a new level if you see this world coming alive altogether. A good gift celebrates a relationship. That is what a good gift does. You recognize yourself, you recognize the other, and you recognize the relationship. And in doing so, I think it's a very important thing. And in doing so, I've learned what one of the most important qualities of design is: to give gifts to the world. They have to pay maybe, but you give your values to the world in the hope that you have understood them, and you show that you love them. I think it's how I still design today, as if I make gifts. 4 new lights, 4 new furniture pieces, more or less. A new setup in Milano, very different. You will see Moooi carpet developing now also a good amount of wall-to-wall coverings, so broadloom. So it's going to be an exciting year. Exciting year. We work with Skitsch for the first time, which is cool. Interesting things.